Now, listen, I do not know if this one is a case of if you can't beat them, join them situation, or what exactly is going on in Atlantic's head, because you guys do know that they have sort of a salty relationship with Nicki Minaj. But guess who decided to follow Nicki Minaj? It is none other than the CEO of Atlantic Records. And I was just like, okay, it's 2023, a lot of things are happening. Yeah, what is happening? Okay. Meanwhile, Lil Kim is out there basically giving us a snippet of her. Allegedly, there's someone who was trying to leak her music or something like that, and then she decided to go before them and basically allowed us to have a little listen of an unreleased track. Okay. And the internet, well, they are responding obviously, and they are giving feedback, and I will tell you how that feedback is looking. Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Tea Plug. I hope your day is going great. Mine is, hey. Let's jump straight into today's tea without wasting much of your time. Let's talk about this entire Nicki Minaj and Atlantic Shane Day. Now, you guys do know that Nicki Minaj obviously is working with Atlantic, all right, because it is the one that is actually producing the Barbie soundtrack. And of course, Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice are there on that album, on that Barbie soundtrack album. And yeah, first of all, that's like, okay, we're looking at that because you guys do know that allegedly that particular record label allegedly has got a salty relationship with Nicki Minaj. And some people even allege that they are the pioneers, like they were at the forefront. They were like the forces, that were basically wanting the H train to happen. They were trying to push Nicki Minaj out. I guess it was a kind of sabotage thing. Like, if we can't have you, then no one else is going to have you, and you're not going to make it unless you work for us, okay? And do I exactly blame them? Of course not. I mean, if you're talented and amazing as Nicki Minaj, every greedy person is always want to have a piece of your pie. And so when Nicki Minaj continuously declined them, I feel like that's where the saltiness is basically coming from, in my own opinion. So allegedly, you guys, Lady Lasha, I love her so much. I feel like she's great. And she's one of the rappers who has always acknowledged the impact that Nicki Minaj has had on her career, on her rapping style, and things like that. So allegedly, she was claiming that, you know what, she got paid, she got a proposal to basically diss Nicki Minaj from you know who, and she declined that. And I guess the person who actually took that, I don't know if Reminiscence took that or what. Okay, I don't know if it's the Love and Hip Hop star who took that, or if it's Reminiscence who decided to take up that deal. But yeah, basically, so that is the history that is surrounding that, okay, allegedly. Okay, so obviously their relationship is one that has not been extremely great. Now, given that the main plant that was set to go against Nicki Minaj is signed to them, so I mean, I would understand them feeling some type of way, all right? And so obviously, when this man decided to follow Nicki Minaj, people were like, okay, what is happening? Are you now guys, bearing the hatchet with her, or what exactly is happening? Is it keep your enemies closer situation? What is going on? Okay. No, personally, I'm just like giving them a side eye, all right? But then at the same time, I'm thinking they really, literally, well, allegedly, launched an entire H train against this woman. This woman survived that H train. This woman came back in 2023 and her fans were still intact. She still has the most influential fan base, of all the female rappers. Like, you can say whatever you want to say about the Barbz. You guys can say that they're toxic. You guys can say that they're like this. But one thing that you cannot deny is that it is the strongest fan base that any other female rapper has ever had. There is no other female rapper with such a solid fan base like the Barbz. And when it comes to fan bases, she doesn't even Nicki doesn't even just compete with the female rappers, okay? She competes with the industry as a whole, okay? And so obviously they, in my own opinion, did realize that she was not gonna go anyway. And I feel like this is an if you can't beat them, join them situation, okay? They realize she's not going anyway. They realized 2023 being her op is not going to work because people are woke now. Like I told you, when I stepped into the neighborhood talk and that other girl, their girl was posted and she was doing that little, video of hers fishing for sympathy, fishing for payola as always. People were not having it. And I feel like that was also a wake up call. Like in 2023, people are not having any nonsense. People are woke. People are not going to allow another H train to basically come up. And I feel like these people probably realized that and they decided, you know what, if you can't beat them, join them. Now, what I do know is that if they do end up forming like some sort of relationship with Nicki Minaj, they will treat her like a businesswoman. They will treat her with the respect that she deserves, okay? And I feel like this is what you get for being a legend, for being talented, for standing your ground, okay? I feel like they now are not going to teach her to treat her like any other, you know, I don't want to say dumb person, but like to any other slow person. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, personally, I feel like Nicki Minaj is smart enough to be able to handle these dads, okay? So if they do decide to keep her closer, to do whatever business they're going to do with her, I feel like she's woke enough, okay? And I'm not against her working with them because at the end of the day, Nicki now has her own record label and I feel like she probably needs them, okay, for whatever she's doing, okay, with her music, with her record label and the people that she signed. So one thing I know about Nicki Minaj is she makes very smart decisions, very well calculated moves, and I do trust the decision when it comes to handling these people. Okay. Now if Atlantic wants to work with her, personally, I'm of the opinion that yes, go ahead and work with her, okay? But one thing I know is that Nicki Minaj has her eyes open, and I know that other girl must be basically feeling some type of way for this because one thing about record labels is they will gas you up, okay? They will hype you up as long as you're making them money. But if you want to see the true colors of record labels, stop making them money. Stop being liked by people and start basically losing their money. That's when you realize that there is no friends in this game. And I feel like this is something that it's a wake up call that these other girls are actually having. Nikki said it way back. There are no friends in this game. It's just business, okay? And I think that's exactly how she's treating them. But you guys do let me know what you think about this entire Atlantic situation and the CEO basically following Nicki Minaj. Let me know what you think about that. Now, moving on to the last thing that I'm going to be talking about. Lil Kim is out there basically previewing some music, okay? According to her, or from what I gathered from her caption, somebody was threatening to leak her stuff and she decided to leak it herself. And the reactions that I saw, personally, I listened to it, okay? And I'm just like, Kim, you are a legend in your own right. You do not need to continue trying to prove a point like this, okay? It's fine. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything more negative. But you guys, let me know what you think about that in the comment section. And